Alrighty, y'all, let me know if the audio is working. It should be. Usually is. I don't remember the last time we had an issue, but let's make sure before I get started and then forget to look at the chat for 10 minutes and then you guys are just gone. That wouldn't be worth streaming then. Yeah, let's make sure the audio is working. Tradition. Gotta get that Valtteri Bottas meme out there. Audio's working. Awesome, thank you. So, without any further ado, today is the first probably of several or many streams, depending on how often I want to do this and how well this one goes. First of many streams, possibly, where I am working on developing the XP23 game. I've decided that I'm just going to go ahead and use Unreal Engine and start working on it myself, and then if anybody else wants to help along the way, then that will be gladly accepted. But yeah, for now, we are about ready to go with developing the game. So, I'm just going to pull up some things real quick. I'm just going to pull up the model and file, open recent, open that. Let that load up. So how are you all doing? Let's see how you guys are doing. Or here, I guess. Read. Let's read how you guys are doing. Alright, there is that. That's looking good. I'm doing alright. Glad you're doing well, or good as well. Let's see. Make sure everything's working, otherwise I'm just going to cancel this thing before we get too far in. Should be working fine. I don't know for sure, but it should be good to go. Carbon textures there, that's good. So, I guess the first thing we got to do, well, I got to turn on my scene switcher. So, start that, close. Now, watch this. This is my new tool, my new exciting moment in game development streams. As soon as you're bored, that's too bad, I'm sorry. Hopefully I can help with that. Yeah, as soon as I click on Unreal Engine Editor, it should, yep, it switches. So look at that. We now have an automatically switching window thing. So I can switch to Blender, and it switches. Oh, I guess not. I might have to do this manually. Hold on, I messed something up. Yeah, so let's see. I'm glad that'll help with boredom. It'll definitely help my boredom. I'm not going to do this very well probably, but that's okay. Huh. Alright, let's close that. I'm hoping this will work, because when I'm in Unreal it switches, and then it does not switch to Blender. Oh, that's why. I think, right? Yeah, no. So that should be working. It's not, but it should be. So you might not be able to see Blender for a few seconds until I switch it manually. Anyway, this is Unreal. So this is our main scene that we have going on. It's just a desert. I don't really have much going on with it. Let's see. I should probably open up the scene. We're going to open this one up. So this is the scene that I've been using. It is the most basic default scene you can get. But I believe that when I hit play, yeah. When I hit play, I can move the mouse forward after I click on the thing, and it'll move my car. It'll move my car, look at that. The wheels don't turn, we're floating a half foot off the ground. But you know what? It works. I can move the car all the way to the end of the floor, I guess you could call it. And then we're gone. So that's that. The car is not going to do super well until, I mean, hopefully at the end of the stream it'll work, but I doubt it. So now I got to get back over to the platform because I fell way away from it, and am now needing to get back above it. There we go. Okay, so that's basically how far I've gotten in the past like week, which it doesn't seem like a lot, but I learned a lot, which is the biggest thing, is I learned a lot of the basics about the engine. And that's the biggest thing with this, is learning the general process. I mean, there's a lot going on here, but I figured out some of what I need to do. I also have a tutorial YouTube thing, so I can show you guys what I'm watching for tutorials, because there's no way I'm going to do this on my own. And so the first thing I don't even know. I mean, you can see there's no suspension on the wheels. That's okay. We're going to get to that later, like not even today. So what I'm working on right now, what's that? Oh, I can re-import the base mesh. Look at that. I didn't know I could do that. That's really helpful. So we have our skeleton over here. This is basically the root is the car, and so I rotate that, but then I can also rotate individual bones like the wheels. So that's how I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm not sure really how to explain this. Mostly it's just to watch me fail every time I go over here and hit play. That's really the biggest part of this that's fun for you guys, I'm thinking, is just watching this thing fail and hopefully succeed at some point. That will be rewarding, but for now it's probably going to be a lot of failures, and that's okay. So yeah, this is the Formula X model. It's an F1 car, but for licensing reasons I'm calling it the Formula X. Yeah, so it has a whole template. Modders and designers will be able to put their own design on. Eventually we'll get to the point where you can use an in-game thing where you just add the car to your... this is going to be F1 in NASCAR, yep, at least to start. Yeah, I'd rather watch it succeed as well, but hopefully you guys can find some enjoyment in it not succeeding, because otherwise it's going to be a not super great stream, because most of this will be failures and learning from the failures. That's the biggest thing, is that I learn. It sounds really, stupid the way I say it. Like it sounds like the generic thing. I don't even know what I'm doing. But yeah, I mean, eventually you get it to work. So I guess I gotta pull up my YouTube, and I have a tutorial I've been going to. His accents might be difficult for you guys to understand, but yeah, F1, yep. So it might be difficult to understand, but I'm going to do my best to explain what he's saying and then act on it. So we're going to do Unreal Engine 5 car import, and we're just going to try and do that. So there's a 3-month-old. I didn't know that one was there, so that might be one to go for. But this is the one that I've been using, is the tutorial. Oh, I guess we're not. I'm going to turn this thing off because it's not working. So let's turn off the scene switcher because it's not working. It was working great until I until I started streaming, and then it stopped. So let's go to YouTube. So I have this going, and it's going to, he's basically just going to explain how it works and how to put your car in the game. So I've gotten through the, how far have I gotten? I think I'm at like 15 minutes or so. Yeah, the animation blueprint, that's what I'm at. So I don't really have a functioning car yet, and that's really just going to come down to the fact that in Unreal I don't have I don't have controls set up yet. So you can drive it with a mouse. I'm basically just moving my mouse forwards or up, whatever you want to call it, and that's how I make the car move forward. I click on it to activate the mouse, and then I just move forward, and that's how that works. So essentially I don't have much power in this game yet when I'm testing it, so I'm mostly just trying to get the animations down in a way. I probably should focus on controls, but I like to get the animation going. So we're gonna go here to YouTube, and let's see what he says for how to do it.
So let's test this out. You can see that we can move the camera, and if you press the WSAD keys, you can see that the car moves.
So that's what he's doing. He's using WASD, which I didn't want to use, and now I'm behind. So I gotta eventually get that going. I'm trying to use the mouse, but it's not working. So I guess the first thing I should do is go in. They're called blueprints, is what they call them. It's basically like node code, I guess you could call it. They're like, I'll show you, and then it'll make more sense to y'all. Let's go there. So in here we have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not showing. There. So in here we have the all the files and stuff, and we can use like blueprints and stuff, which is basically the code except that it's modular. So what I can do is put, let's see, I gotta open up the car. So you can see I have what he has on his tutorial. So, oops, YouTube. You can see if I go back, he has this stuff going on over here, this code, these nodes, and then I have the same thing going on with mine, except it's a little more complicated because I was testing some stuff. So that's what I've been doing a lot lately is you know, just doing that. Let's see. So over here we have the vehicle movement component, which is an add-on. It basically builds the car for you in a way. So the right mouse button, basically what I'm trying to do is, I guess what I can do is steering. I put this here and call it 1. Then that should make it, when I'm pressing the right mouse button, it turns it to the right. And then the left mouse button, let's see, where is it? Brake node links. When I'm pressing the left mouse button, it hopefully will, whoops, I need to add another set steering input. So it's really complicated. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, but I'm going to keep trying. So right mouse or left mouse button should do that, and we'll turn it to -1. So it's only on or off. There's no like gradual turning. But now if I hit compile and save, oh, there's an issue. Oops. What's wrong now? What did I do? I don't understand the error message, so that's a problem. So the brake input's there. Oh, I need to put this on here. That's the problem. Just got to connect everything. So now if I hit compile and save, I can go over here and hit play, and hopefully, oh my, major impact, but oh, I cannot turn. So I'm hitting forward and hitting the right mouse button trying to make it turn, and it's not doing that, which is a problem. So we got to go back over to the blueprint. So I have an Xbox controller that I've been testing out. It's not connecting to the engine because I need to do a wired connection, and I don't have the wire where I remember where it is. So essentially what I'm doing is trying to use just the mouse. So I don't know. I think it's going to be, the brake input is going to be, let's add the middle mouse button. When it's pressed, the value is 1, and then when it's not pressed, or released is what they call it, then it will be 0, and that means no brake. So I think that's how we're going to do it. I don't know if it'll work. I guess I can compile and say, oh, didn't do it right again. Put that in there. Now if I compile and save and go back over here and hit play, hopefully what I can do is accelerate, and then when I hold the middle, yeah, see, I can hold the middle mouse wheel, and I want to see, it looks like the brakes are working. I can't tell, but it looks like they are, which is a good thing. Yeah, I think they're working. So that's a huge thing that I just made happen. It doesn't seem like much, but the fact that I can slow the car down before it falls off is a big thing, in a way. So basically what I'm trying to figure out is if, I mean, you can kind of see it, the mouse Y is when it's moving up, or the axis value is the throttle. And so, well, I don't know. Let's try something different. Mouse Y, mouse values. Return value is the throttle. Does that work? No. So what I'm trying to figure out right now is basically when I do certain inputs, it does this. So you can kind of see, for example, whoops, when I grab these two, right mouse button when it's pressed, it is doing the steering input to the right. Now I don't know if it's working or not, but that's what I'm trying to do. When I do the middle mouse button, the brake is 1 because it's on, and when the brake is 0, that's when you have the released. So that's what I have going on there. I think what I need to do, what if I put it to like 5? I wonder if that'll make it more powerful. I don't know. Let's try it and see what happens. Oh my. Big impact. I think I broke the car. Let's try it again. There we go, that's better. Alright, now if I do this, oh my, nothing's working now. So I must have messed something up with the coding or something. Okay, so that's not working. Did I not hit compile? Is that the problem? Seems to be fine. So the brake input is there. I don't really know what I'm doing. I probably should start over just by going to the tutorial. But I'm not that smart. And so we're just going to kind of improvise. I mean, I am that smart, but I don't feel like restarting because I already restarted once today.
So let's test.
So let's add YouTube.
Out, you can see that we can move the camera, and if you press the WSAD keys, you can see that a car moves. So a car is moving, but the wheels are static. So for the rotation of these wheels, you will need to
is over here in Unreal. I'm trying to get it to move forward, backward, left, and right. And I can't get it to do that yet, but I'll get there. So right now, we have, cool. So that's that. So what I can kind of do, I'm thinking I might just delete this and start over with that. Actually, let's delete all of this and start over. So the first thing I need to do is drag in the vehicle movement component and then add in a get or set throttle input. Don't need that. And then drag this to here. Now the big thing that I need to do is add a input. So I think what we're going to do is keyboard events, and I'm just going to do W. Oops, that's not it. W. So when it's pressed, that's going to be forward. I'm just messing around with it. You know, you hit pressed, that should do that. Nope, that wasn't it. That's why I think I'm on the wrong thing. Pressed is that. What did I have before? I don't remember. Let me go back to his tutorial. See, his has a.
So let's test.
Oops. His has the axis value, and I don't have that. So what he's doing. Oh, I see. So I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just so worried about doing something wrong, but I'm not actually doing anything wrong. So the throttle is 1 when it's on, and then duplicate that when it's released. Oops. That's what I want to duplicate. Released goes here, and then the throttle is 0. Now I'm hoping and praying. Oops. Oh, I gotta put this in. There. Compile, save. Now I should be able to move forward when I hit W instead of moving the mouse. And it does work. How about that? So now you can see that it's actually working. I gotta get back to where I started. So that was working great. That's awesome. So let's do throttle. Throttle input. So that's big. Don't need those. Now I can add a keyboard, I guess S. Keyboard S. I want to find the S key, there it is. So then I can zoom in, and then I want to do, when it's pressed, we do set brake input. This is good here. And then we also want to do a set brake input. Move that there. And when it's released, it's doing that. So now when it's pressed, we're doing brake at 1. And when we're on the released, we're doing brake at 0. That should work. So I'm pressing C, do a comment, brake input. Move that there. Cool. So now let's compile and save again. Go over here. And now if I hit W, it should move forward. Oh, I gotta click on it first. W does that, and then see how I'm actually hitting the S key, and it's slow. It's like faster when it slows down. So I should be able to pretty much do a brake, and then it also does reverse with the brake. So now it's functioning kind of. I gotta get the turning working, but we can do another. Let's do the A key, keyboard A. So eventually the game will have functioning like wheel and pedals and stuff, as well as like Xbox controllers. But for now, and probably PlayStation controllers as well. But for now I just want to work with keyboard and mouse and get the inputs, because these are really easy to switch. You just take this and change it to, say, A on the Xbox controller, and everything else stays the same. So it's not like it's super complicated. So when you have it pressed, we're going to do set steering input, and then that is going to be, I think, just 1. No, -1, because it should be turning left. I might have them backwards, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I have them backwards or not. And then the D key, we're going to do keyboard D. Where is D? There it is. D. When it is pressed, we got to duplicate this. When it is pressed, steering is 1. I also need to do this. There's going to be 4 for this one because you have on and off for both left and right, I believe. So then I got to do vehicle movement component, and then when it's released, steering is at 0. And same thing with this one. When it's released, this should be at 0. So now if I hit compile, I got to put this here first. Compile, save. Now I should be able to turn the car as well. Oops. Oh, I'm crooked, so it's not working. I hit the button too soon. So now I can move forward, and oh, look at that. I'm just so good. I'm doing so well. I cannot believe that I just got that to work, to be honest with you. I mean, the fact that it's turning like a car, kind of. The problem is the camera, but I'll get that fixed eventually. So I don't know how he's doing his camera. Oh, he's doing his camera in the tutorial. He's doing it on the x-axis of the mouse, so I should probably just do what he's doing. That'll make things easier. So let's move all this over here. Whoops. And C, steering input. And then I also want to do camera input, so we'll do mouse x-axis, which is left and right. And then we want to do rotation, I believe. No, hold on. I don't remember how this works, but I want to try and remember. Rotation. Add relative rotation, that's what it was. And then I put this here. And then I also want to split these. Oops. Split structure pin. And then I want to put axis value on the Z so that the X is doing the Z. Which, it's complicated, but it kind of makes sense. So now, I should be able to move the camera like this and drive the car and angle the camera the way I want to. You gotta go, no worries. I'm just gonna keep doing this. This is actually kind of fun. Ooh, I'm doing so well. I'm doing so well. I gotta keep moving my mouse the other way, but it's working. I cannot believe that that's working. Look at that. Save that. Okay, so we have a working car, kind of. I don't want the camera to keep rotating like that, so I gotta figure out how his is, you know, how it's. Because I might have missed something. So let's do this C, and we want to call this camera rotation. Actually, what if I did this? Change this to, let's do a different key. Let's do like J and semicolon. Actually, keyboard J. Put that there. When it's pressed, let's see. Add rotation. I gotta change the rotation to. Is this what I need to do? Is just change that to local rotation? That might have been what it was. Oh, I have it on world rotation. I'm not very smart. So I want to do set relative rotation for the. Oops. Let's do this. Set relative rotation. It might not have been get. And then when the mouse x-axis goes here, the axis value goes. Oops. Split that. Axis value goes to Z. Compile and save. Put that there. Now it might work. Oh, now we're lagging. That's probably not the best thing. Oh, I'm on the wrong button. There we go. So now the mouse kind of works. I don't know exactly what's wrong, but it moves, it just doesn't quite do it right. I think it's because it's... Huh. Oops. I gotta figure something out with the rotation. So rotation. Is it set or add? I think it's add actually. I don't know which way I'm doing it. Oh, is that add? That looks better. So let's go back over here, hit play. There we go. So now I can rotate the camera a little bit better. So we're turning. That's awesome. So I think the next thing is to actually stop the rotation of the camera because we're on the T-cam. So what if we break node links? That'll stop those from doing anything. Now it should just let me drive the car. Oh, that wasn't good. Oh, there we go. So now the camera still rotates though, and that's not good. So it's always facing that one direction. So I think what we can do is on the same things with, you know, with the rotation, we can do, you know, let's see. So the T-cam spring axis or whatever it's called, we want to have it doing the so let's move all this over here, and I want to pull these over here. There we go. Okay, so that's looking better. Put that up there. Just keep things organized. So we have these things over here working pretty well, but I want to do the T-cam so that we can do what is it? relative rotation is going to be, I think it's set, right? Yeah. So set relative rotation, we'll split this. And then when I have the D key, hopefully this will work. This is just me thinking, which doesn't always go well. So let's duplicate this so that when the D key is pressed, we are moving the Z axis. Oh, I just didn't need that. Okay. And then so what did I do differently there? That's what I don't understand. Oh, I see. So that means that we gotta do keyboard D key, maybe that'll come up faster, I don't know. D. Where's D? Yeah, let's just do left arrow. Oops. Left, there we go. So let's put that so that when this is pressed, the rotation is on the Z. Let's change all this to the left key actually. And then this, I think that's what it was, right? No. So this needs to be the right key. And this needs to be the left key. Alright, so now, when you press the left key, it will turn the car, and also, at the same time, it will rotate the camera in the direction of the car, is what I'm hoping. So now, the Z should be, let's change this to add. So now I can do, is that what that is? Now I want to change this to be when it's pressed, it changes the yaw by, let's say, 0.1. See how that works. Compile and save. See how that worked. If that worked. Oops. I gotta click on it. So it kind of works. I have to do 1. I'm not sure exactly how it works, so I gotta kind of guess the number just to see if that's how it works. Because I don't know why the camera rotates in one direction. Oh, because it's released. Okay. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. Drove off the planet. Cool. So we've kind of got something working. Let's see. Put this down. Oops. So the camera does rotate. However, hold. I don't know. Let's see. Unreal Engine hold button input. That didn't help. So, I don't know. I mean, this is complicated to say the least. But I think we've kind of got something working. So let's get rid of the rotation of the camera. And let's say, what if we do get car, or get, what if I can do this? The mesh, get global, rotation, world location, that's what, or rotation. So you want to get world location. Get world rotation. So let's do that. And then the return value should be the camera, I believe. So let's see. I want to put the, oh no, we want this. And then this should be this one's rotation. Set world rotation, that should work. And then this should be here. So I think that'll work. I don't know for sure, but it should. So now if I go here and hit play, click on it and then do this. Oh, I guess we can't steer anymore. Oh right, I changed it. So that did not work. Is it because I still have that turning? Whoa! Apparently I can do like drifting. That's awesome. That's awesome. Love it. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I didn't know I could drift. So now we have this. Whoops. This here, and this here. That was supposed to keep the camera from moving. However, it did not work. So what if I change it to be this? Oops. See if that works. I doubt it will, but I just did whatever. I don't even remember what I did. W, and then when I turn, see, it doesn't rotate the camera like I thought it would, and that's a problem. Alright, so it's kind of working. I got the keyboard to work, kind of. However, it's just not working for the rotation of the camera, so that's an issue. Oops. Try and get things organized a little bit. Just there, and hopefully that'll look okay. Call this camera experiment, because it's not working, but it's an experiment. That's the throttle and the brake. I also want to change these to be the up. No, that's the down. And this needs to be the up. And so that should work, but it's not, probably. So let's compile and save. And now I should be able to just do it with the arrow keys, which is good. There we go. So at least we can drive the car. That's some major progress, I guess. It would be nice if it worked, but it doesn't quite yet with the camera. Now we've got like our 360 camera in a way. So I just don't know why the camera doesn't work. Because it should follow the car, and it does as far as location, but the rotation changes. So I don't know what's up with that. What if I lock this? Okay, so that's not quite working. Yeah, so I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know what the plan is. So this might be the end of episode 1. I've gotten the car to drive, which is a huge step in the right direction to have it turning. Because earlier today it was not turning, it was literally just going forward. So, yeah, I think that'll do it. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, all that stuff. Subscribe to this channel and the other channel, the XP Racing 23 channel, if you're interested in the game, looking forward to it. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Peace out.